Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back here to another edition of the Fishing Teacher, and much appreciate you guys checking today's video out. Today we're going to be talking about shad pattern crankbaits and when you want to use them, when they're effective. If I can get these chickens out of here, I come sneaking in the tackle room here. When you want to use them, under what conditions. Now, one of the things about shad patterns, guys, we've been talking about lure colors the last few weeks. And the shad patterns are going to be your most versatile color. In fact, I'm going to say right off the bat, a shad pattern crankbait or a shad pattern lure in general works 12 months out of the year. So there's other variables that are more important as far as when to choose it and when they work the best, absolutely. Now, when we were talking about crawdad patterns and perch patterns and brighter colors like that, they're more situational. There's more specific situations they work in, and there's months they work better in. But a shad pattern, any type of a shad pattern lure is going to work all year long. The main thing that you want to consider when you're determining when to use a shad pattern lure is the hue and the tint of the shad pattern lure that you're using. So for example here, this is what's called a matte finish or a solid finish. The paint is not see-through, it's a solid color, and it tends to be a little bit brighter. It stands out a little bit more because it's a solid color. And then you have a translucent finish shad pattern that, as you can see my finger probably moving behind it here, this is a see-through. Now, these are the two primary finishes on a shad pattern. These are both shad pattern crankbaits, but they're two different finishes. Now, what I like to do is I let the water clarity and the light intensity dictate which one of these color hues that I use. If I'm fishing conditions like where the water visibility is less than 2 foot, and maybe you got a cloudy day, or maybe it's windy a little bit, or maybe it's early in the morning or late in the evening, I'll go to the matte finish because it shows up better in the water. It glows a little bit more, it's a little bit brighter, it's a little bit more aggressive, and in those low light, dirtier conditions, you'll get more bites on it. Now, if you've got water visibility of over 2 foot, and maybe you have a sunny day, maybe the wind's not blowing a little bit, the wind's not blowing much, maybe it's up in the day, sun's overhead, it's a little bit brighter, the fish will like the more subtle translucent shad pattern. It's a little bit more subtle, it doesn't stand out as much in the water. The fish, if they're not aggressive, they tend to like the see-through patterns a little bit better. You'll find in fishing in general that if fish are aggressive and they're biting, they like a little bit more aggressive color lure versus if they're not aggressive, then they like a little bit more subtle color. And normally the things that make fish aggressive or not aggressive have a lot to do with the conditions. So normally if you got, say, a southerly wind, it's before a cold front coming in, you feel some humidity in the air, you got clouds in the sky, all those factors usually make the fish a little bit more aggressive. But if you've got, maybe a cold front pass through and it's a bluebird sky, a little bit tougher conditions, the fish aren't near as aggressive and you have to go to more of a subtle bait. So there's not a bad month for the shad pattern crankbaits. You can literally catch fish on them 12 months out of the year. But the main consideration, guys, is just figure your color tint. And if you adjust your color tint to the environment, the weather conditions you have that particular day, it'll lead up to a lot more strikes for you. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.